How well do you know the hits? Our next guest had the chance to prove his knowledge of music on the hit show Beat Shazam that airs on our sister station Fox 24. Steve Blair joins us now to tell us all about the experience competing. Welcome, Steve. Thanks for being here.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Absolutely. Well, tell us about the show. For viewers who haven't seen it yet, tell us about Beat Shazam.
Sure. It's in its 6th season, so this is the 6th season that they've been on the air, and they're a summer series, so they kind of come on the airwaves when other shows take a hiatus. But
sure.
The show itself is a chance for teams of two to compete to see who knows the top songs of all time the fastest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then the premise goes that as you play against the other two teams of two, one team gets the chance at the end of the show to battle the app Shazam to see if they can name songs faster than the app.
So that app is the one where you would hear a song on the radio.
Right, you put your phone up, you're like, what's this song?
What is this song?
Yes.
I don't know it. And
yes,
it picks
and
it
as
out.
you know, it picks them pretty quick. Like it picks them up pretty
It does.
fast.
That's why I was like, oh man, the pressure. I would be like, oh,
yes.
darn it.
So you're racing against the app, basically.
Yeah, for the first part of the show, you're racing against other people who are racing against the app. And then in the final section, you're fighting against one-on-one against the machine, man versus machine.
Man versus machine. How were you selected to be on this show, Steve?
Yeah, it's a fun story. My daughter and I have watched the show since the very first season. It's something we've done together. We both love music. And in season 2, we were watching one night at home. She was still in high school, so we were watching together. And they advertised, hey, if you think you've got what it takes, audition.
Yeah.
So we did. We made a video that night. It's the first step. You have to submit a video. So we recorded a video. We thought it was pretty funny. And didn't hear anything for a while. And a couple weeks later, they called and said, hey, we'd like to do a Zoom interview with you all. And that's when we realized that Kennedy was too young. She was 16 at the time, and you have to be 18. And so they said, well, try again. And so we kind of forgot about it, although we watched the show every season up till now.
Sure.
Back in February, I was out in the yard listening to my AirPods, and they announced on the thing I was listening to on the podcast that there's more auditions.
Okay, yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'm gonna secretly send in an audition tape and not tell Kennedy.
Okay.
And hope that we can like get picked again to at least try.
Sure.
5 minutes later, the phone rings.
5 minutes later?
And they said, hey, we've actually watched your video from years ago. We think you guys are great. We'd love to at least have you audition. So I go home. I have to tell Kennedy at that point because we have to audition.
Not a secret anymore.
Well, she informs me that that night she was planning to submit a secret audition for me. And so, long story short, we go through the entire audition process, which was a blast in and of itself. Even if we didn't get picked for the show, that would have been a once-in-a-lifetime thing that we did together. But we got picked. And so we got to go and film our episode, which airs tonight.
Right.
And it was just, it's a blast. We both love music. I'm a big production guy, so I loved the studio experience.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. I bet it was.
What a great experience to have with your daughter. How fun is that?
Yeah, that's really what drove the whole thing, was the chance, the thought of us getting to do something this crazy and this epic together was really what drove it. And it wasn't like I was a fan and I had to convince her. We were both mega fans of the show.
Right.
And so it was just something, we thought we'd go for it, and goodness gracious, we got picked.
You did. Yeah. And the episode has a Father's Day theme to it. Is that right?
Yeah, so what they try to do throughout the season is have themed shows. And so last week was brothers or siblings. It was Siblings Week.
Okay.
And 2 brothers from Columbia, Missouri won the $1 million that is on the line every episode.
Okay. Wow.
And so our episode was all fathers and one of their children. And in my case, it was father and daughter. And man, it was just special to do together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Any tips for people out there if, you know, as they're watching, maybe they're just kind of playing their own version at home?
Sure.
Any tips?
Tips-wise, I would say you have to listen real close because it happens real fast. Side note, it is way harder in person than on your couch at home.
You feel that pressure.
I've won the $1 million 20 times at home. But yeah, otherwise, you know, she and I would like to play XM roulette when we were in the car. Everywhere we drive around, we'd start at channel 2 and just turn up the dial and try to guess the song as soon as it came on. And so it's just if you love music, it's a really fun show.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, that's right. And the episode is tonight on our sister station, Fox 24. You can check it out. See if they take home some money. We're pulling for you. Yes. Thanks for joining us today and filling us.
Congratulations. Very fun.
Appreciate it.